This support video gives detailed information on the operation and installation of the Amazon pricing rule. With Amazon pricing rule module, depending on the parameters you set for the products you sell on Amazon, you can compete with other sellers to increase your sales and profitability. Let's look at the pricing parameters and how to create them. You can reach to pricing rule page from Inventory Manager, Marketplaces, and then the price rule. As you can see on this page, we do have 4 different options of price rule. From this page, you will be able to create more than one price rule for different products, and you will be able to apply from your warehouse. Let's go ahead and show you examples on these 4 price rules for you. The first one is do not update the price. For example, if you have an inventory documentation on Excel or something that you just want to upload and you already add your profit on it, and you do not want MergeCommerce to update the price or add any profit on it, then you can click on do not update the price. Also for the items that you already uploaded to your Amazon. For example, if you are not using MergeCommerce before, and if you start to use the MergeCommerce, and if you already have some products on your Amazon account, after synchronizing the products, you can click on this one and it will not update the prices. With this price rule, your products will not have competition on the marketplace with the other sellers. The second one is static price. With this pricing rule, you will be able to add some amount of profit that you set it to your products, and it will not compete with any sellers on your marketplace. It will just add the profit on the product, and it will not update the pricing rule anymore. Also, with adding Amazon fees, you can find a link of the Amazon fees over here. If you click on add Amazon fees to profit, it will add the Amazon fee on the cost of the product plus your profit, and then it will update on Amazon. Let's go ahead and make an example. And for the name of the rule, let's say static price. And I will ask this price rule to add Amazon fee on to the cost. Then I will say 30% profit. And if there is no seller on the any of my products listing, then I will ask system to add 50% of profit. After you click on save, as you can see, it's updating. Third and the fourth rules are automation rules. We call them price bar rules as well. Without going under the profit that you set, if you want to compete with other sellers, you should use those price rules. With those rules, your products will compete with other sellers in the Amazon listings. When needed, you can set parameters to increase your price up to maximize your profit. When all these are happening, we use this price of your opponents, and your profit will be secure. Before you apply the automated price rule to your products, we recommend you to get help from our technical team. According to your needs, our team will give you the information that you will need. Please keep in mind that you do not need to apply only one rule to all of your products. You can apply different rules to different product groups. Let's go ahead and make an example of price war with all Amazon sellers. Click on add rule, and then let's call it price war with all Amazon sellers, and click on price war with all Amazon sellers. I will ask this rule to add Amazon fee on my profit. Also, the minimum profit that I want to earn in this product group is 20%. If there is no other sellers, I want to sell it with 50% on. And as you can see, after the profit settings, there is compared with lowest price settings over here. And there are 3 different options. In each option you will be able to reduce the price or increase the price, depends on your needs. Also the profit and also the compared. The profit one, you can choose it dollar. You can add just $20 on the cost of the product and earn only $20, but we mostly use the percentage. In the first option, let's say the product that you're selling on Amazon is having only the normal sellers, then you can say that reduce my price by $1. So if, let's say, if the lowest seller is selling the product for $55, your program will go and put it for $54 until your profit. It will not go on under your profit that you added over here. And the second option is, if there is an FBA seller in your Amazon listing, then you can compete with them also by reducing or increasing your price by percentage or by dollar. I'll say dollar, and I will say reduce my price by $1. If there is a buy box seller in the listing, then you can compete with them as well, or you can just skip it and not compete with the buy box sellers. Still same, you can choose reducing or increasing. I will say reduce by $1 and by $1. So by this way it will compete with FBA, buy box and the normal sellers in the listing. Also, you can change the parameters over here according to your needs. Then I will go to the next option, price var, to secure the buy box. After a while of selling on Amazon with some kind of algorithm of Amazon is taking the sellers to the buy box. So while you're selling the items on the Amazon, you might go on the buy box, and when you're on the buy box, you are right in front of the eyes of the buyers. So in this case, you can ask system to not change your price after you get into the buy box. So by this way, it will not compete anymore, and these rules will not work after you get into the buy box. But if you want to compete still after you go into the buy box, you can click on this one. So these rules will keep working even though when you're in the buy box. The next option is used item pricing settings. For example, in the listing that you're selling, if there are more than one condition, let's say there is used like new, and the new conditions, and if your item is new, if you ask system to compete with them, even the system will go and even sell it for cheaper than the used condition. So in this case, you can choose these options. There are 2 options. By this way, you will secure your profit, and you will secure your conditions also. If your product is better condition than the other sellers, then you can ask system to raise the price. By the profit of percentage or dollar, you can set the parameter here. If your product is worse condition, then it can keep doing and lowering your price by the parameters that you choose over here. The next option is ignore sellers option. If there is some sellers that you want to ignore, you will be able to do it with this option, and I will show them one by one to you. Ignore seller by company name. When you click on here, you will be able to type the name of the seller. In my test accounts, I will try to find some sellers if there is. I will choose this one, and I will choose the gadget shop. So when you choose the company name over here, and when you click on save, this pricing rule, your products which are using this pricing rule will compete with the other sellers, but the Gadget Shop and Machine Zero. These names are coming according to the listings that you are listed on. If there is any ASIN number that you're listing on, the sellers over there will be listing over here also. Another option is ignoring the sellers by feedback rating. When you click on here, you will be able to put a percentage, let's say 98%. It will ignore the sellers which are having the feedbacks less than 98%. And if you choose the third one, the ignore seller by feedback less than, you can put the quantity of the feedbacks of the sellers. For example, you can say if a seller has got 1000 feedbacks, less than 1000 feedbacks, ignore them. So your price rule will ignore this kind of sellers and compete with the others. I will show you an example on an Amazon listing. As you can see here, with the price rule that we created, you can ignore the sellers with the company names, or as you can see here, I put 98% here. So this price rule in this Amazon listing, it will ignore the boss tag because they have got 97% positive feedback. Also, it will ignore the boss tag because of the total ratings. They have got 883, but I set my pricing rules with 1000 feedback, so because of this it will ignore the boss tag as well. Let's go ahead and check our fourth price rule. Price war to win buy bucks continuously. In this rule also, you will set your minimum profit, and if there is no seller profit over here, then you go to the next option to win the buy bucks. If buy bucks price changes, set my price to compete by dollar or percentage. If there is someone on the buy bucks and if they change their prices, your price will be changing until you reach to the minimum profit. If buy bucks price not changed, continue to set my price by. So you can choose the percentage and dollar again. This option will keep competing with even the buy bucks, and it will keep competing until your minimum profit, and it will try to win the buy bucks for you. After you win the buy bucks, there are options like this one. If I'm in the buy bucks, maximize my profit, increase my price by dollar or percentage, and then it will start to increase until I get to the lowest price. Then you can set this one, percentage or dollar also, and you can put your parameters, and it will keep competing. Like the rule before, there are settings for used item pricing settings and ignore seller pricing settings as well. You can set this settings according to your needs also. After choosing all of your settings, you can click on save, and it will save on the price rules over here on the left corner. After creating your pricing rules over here, you will be able to apply these pricing rules to your products in your warehouse or marketplace, even though when you are taking products from your crawler.